Hi.
All right. Okay.
So it's gonna go live on Facebook in a few seconds.
Yes, no
Oh, so
problem.
I meant to put. Uh, so it's Nevis Sun Tours.
Yeah,
Oops,
Nevis
I
Sun
have
Tours.
two computers and I'm always using the wrong keyboard. NevisSunTours.com.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I was watching the budget debate in St. Lucia. I forgot to
Oh,
turn it. I forgot to turn it off. But
Lorraine is happy.
good morning, travel partners. Good morning. Oh, Natalie. Good morning, Natalie. Natalie says hi, Greg.
Hello,
We were
Natalie.
just Natalie.
This
We
is,
were just talking actually.
if she looks over, she can probably see me waving at her. So that's good.
Oh, I highly doubted this time. Okay, she's back. Natalie's always checking out the world. So good morning, travel partners. Good morning. Let us know where you are. Let us know where you are watching us from. Diana, are you in Georgia or are you in Dubai? Good morning, Diana. Good morning, travel partners. Thank you for joining us for Coffee Chat. Let us know where you are watching us from. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and Greg is over there in the beautiful Nevis,
Yes, yes. Yeah,
and
sent it to me.
Natalie is somewhere in the world. And I'm enjoying my good morning, Janet. Two of my favorite people. Oh, you back in Boston? That's not unfortunate. So Natalie is in Cancun. Is this Cancun, Mexico, Natalie? She's Diana. Me too. Wherever you go, let me know. I'll come join you. But didn't you just come from Dubai, Diana? That's not fair. I haven't been anywhere for a while. Diana is in Georgia and she's ready to go somewhere. Janet is out of Boston. So good morning, travel partners. Good morning, good morning. Today we're very excited. We have Greg. Last week, no, week before we had Greg, but we didn't have Greg. Greg had some technical issues, so we had to reschedule. So today we are very excited that he was able to come on our coffee chat and tell you all about Nevis. Yes, Diana, I'm ready to go somewhere. Honestly, I'm ready. I'm going to Antigua, though. I'm so excited. I'm going to Antigua in the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to ask all of you to block me because I will be blowing up your pages with images of Antigua. So I'm excited. So this morning when we have Mr. Greg Phillip of Nevis. So Greg, tell us a little bit about you because before today you are here for Nevis Santos, but before Nevis
Yes.
Santos, you were another hat. So let us know a little bit about you before you start telling us about Nevis Santos.
Okay. Well,
At the end,
thank you very much, Kelly. And when I say thank you, I'm not just thanking you for this opportunity. Definitely have to thank you for this opportunity, but um, thank you for Travel Advisor Cell in the Caribbean. I think that it has turned out to be such a magnificent resource. I think during the pandemic, many people got turned onto it because of the resource that it was. But I'm happy to see it now morphing into even more of a resource now that we're exiting the pandemic, I'd like to say. So thanks very much for that and for the effort that you're putting in with that. It's really
thank
helpful
you.
and it's a good thing.
Most welcome. It's
So
now about education now. It's all about education now.
yes, 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 and we greatly appreciate that. About me now, well, I am, as you said, the CEO of Nevis Sun Tours, but I'll tell you about Nevis Sun Tours in the presentation. But before Nevis Sun Tours, I was CEO of the Nevis Tourism Authority for a number of years. And that really got me into promotion of tourism from a destination point of view. And even before that, I was involved in tourism, being on boards, etc., for tourism organizations in St. Kitts and Nevis, and being also in the banking field and business field. My background is really business. I'm educated as an accountant. I also have an MBA. So I'm bringing I've brought to the table a business mindset as it relates to travel and tourism. And many of my years in travel and tourism have also been in the area of sport tourism, promoting triathlons and running festivals, etc. And we'll talk a bit about those in the presentation too. So that's the little bit about me, Kelly.
That's fantastic. So you merge the business with um, business finance with tourism. So that's more, I
Yes.
think finance is one of the areas where I'm lacking. Some of us in travel are lacking, but it's nice that, I know Natalie also has a financial background as well, and she brought it into tourism.
Yes.
So it's nice to have
Yeah.
those tests. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, so now we know everything about Greg. So Greg is not wearing two hats, but I always see him as two hats. So if you have any questions about Nevis or St. Kitts and Nevis, Greg will be happy to answer that. But today we're talking about Nevis Sun Tours, and if you have visited his website, um, I have it scrolling on the screen. So nevissuntours.com, and then Greg will give us his email address at the end. So Greg, take it over. So it's all you. Let us know what we can
Okay.
do when.
All right. Well, I'll share my screen to begin with, and here we go. So,
Um,
welcome. I hope you're seeing my slides properly. But
yes, we are.
we are Nevis Sun Tours, and this picture is a picture of our beautiful island of Nevis. But while we're here today, and I'm talking to you about Nevis Sun Tours, first of all, welcome to this presentation, and I'm definitely glad to have you. And I'm looking forward to any questions or comments that you may have at the end of the presentation. So, to begin with, let me tell you about Nevis Sun Tours. We are, in fact, licensed as a tour operator and also a destination management company, and we're based right here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And that's really a great thing for us because as a tour operator, packaging vacations and selling vacations, we're here, and it puts us in a position to be able to do lots of things for your clients when they do come to St. Kitts and Nevis, because we are right here on the ground and being in a position to help them. And I always like to say that when you send your clients to St. Kitts and Nevis and you're working with Nevis Sun Tours, your clients are always coming to someone. So if there's an issue, we're here on the ground to assist them. So that's why one of the benefits of us being both a tour operator and also a DMC. And the other thing that I really want to point out to you is what our mission is. And we essentially make it easier to sell and book Caribbean vacations really to St. Kitts and Nevis. And the reason for this is, and it's really started, and the business model that we have is really driven by this, our ability to help to make it easier to sell and book Caribbean vacations to St. Kitts and Nevis. Because I remember a few years ago having a conversation with a travel advisor who told me, look, it's so difficult to sell a vacation to Nevis because there's all these calls that have to be made, and I still see the difficulty sometimes. I mean, even just looking at travel advisors selling the Caribbean, all these great questions that come up. But when it comes to St. Kitts and Nevis, if you reach out to Nevis Sun Tours, it's one call, and we're done. We're basically going to do everything we can as naturally as possible, as easy as possible, to make it an easy sell and booking process. This presentation, I'm really presenting to you 11 reasons to work with Nevis Sun Tours, and these are, in my opinion, 11 great reasons, and hopefully you'll consider them to be that way. And I'm beginning with the most important one. I always love to do this, begin with the most important one first, is the fact that we pay more commission. And when I say we pay more commission, I'm really talking about the fact that we expand the base of your potential earning for commissions, because what we do in we package vacations and we work with a number of hotels, and I really think the top hotels in St. Kitts and Nevis we're contracted with as a tour operator. So we're able to pay you a commission on the accommodation aspect of the booking, and in addition to that, we're also in a position to pay you on what we have as the tours that we actually own, which is one of the other benefits. And you'll see that come to light as we speak to that later in the presentation. But for right now, just know that your base of commission earning, the potential for you to earn commission is expanded when you work with Nevis Sun Tours, because you're getting commission on some tours and activities and also on the accommodations. In addition to that, and this is why I mentioned earlier, is that we make selling and booking easier. And when I say that, we're actually doing this as part of our business model. We recognize, first of all, the importance of working with travel advisors. And I'm so happy to see now that it seems like so many other people, and some of these are people who in the past, before the pandemic, used to say, oh, the travel advisors still exist, and all those questions. And it always boggled my mind. But I think that now many people are being turned on to the importance of working with travel advisors and DMCs, etc. So this is where we come into play, because number one, as I mentioned earlier, I personally have a business background, and if you were following me on things like LinkedIn, for example, and even on Facebook, you'll realize that it's very prolific in writing articles, and my articles were always about the business of travel and how travel advisors, first of all, could get through this pandemic and survive the pandemic. And if you've been following me, also you'll recognize that I did publish a book specifically about that topic. It's called "The Truth About Early Birds and Worms: How Travel Businesses Survive and Thrive After COVID-19." So it's really pertinent business information, and we bring all those to play when it comes to us collaborating with travel advisors for the booking and selling process. We tried our best to make it easy, and we're also big on education for travel advisors. When I say education, I'm talking about education, yes, in general, on the one hand, from a business point of view, and from a travel selling and booking travel point of view, but more importantly, specific to our destination. And when I say our destination, even though we're on Nevis as a company, we are selling St. Kitts and Nevis. So that for us is very important, that everyone who is expected to sell St. Kitts and Nevis or who want to sell St. Kitts and Nevis know as much about the destination as possible. And yes, we're here to support that knowledge by a conversation via email, via phone call, etc., just through our website. But one of the things that you'll realize is that every single Tuesday we publish a new video, and those are our Travel Tuesday videos. They're on our YouTube channel, and you can also see them on our website. On YouTube, you just look for Nevis Sun Tours, and you'll see all the videos that we publish. And without fail, every Tuesday we publish those, and those are videos about 7 facts you didn't know about flying to St. Kitts and Nevis, 7 facts you didn't know about St. Kitts and Nevis. We always do 7 things just to make sure that we're covering enough information, and at the same time keeping our videos at a reasonable length of time, not to take up too much time. But what we're doing with these videos is we're building a resource of information that is going to live on the internet for anybody who want to access information about St. Kitts and Nevis, and while they're accessing that information, of course, to also learn more about what Nevis Sun Tours can do for them, what working with Nevis Sun Tours can do for them. The other great thing about working with Nevis Sun Tours is that what we're selling and providing is a 2-island experience. And when I say a 2-island experience, we're talking about the fact that it is St. Kitts and Nevis. It's one country, but in fact, 2 islands, because Um, where Nevis, and in this picture, as you can see, Nevis is right there at the top of the picture. We're just 2 miles away from St. Kitts, and that's the great thing, that with a view like this, you get to see our entire country, parts of our entire country. But when we say that you truly get a two-island experience when you book with Nevis Sun Tours, it's because we have activities on both islands. And we also provide day trips. So if you're staying on St. Kitts and you want to come to Nevis, there's a day trip for that. And we also do that vice versa. If you're staying on Nevis and want to come to St. Kitts, you have a day trip to facilitate that. So we make sure that what we provide is a two-island experience. It's yet another benefit of working with Nevis Sun Tours, because the two-island experiences are built in to what we provide in our travel packages. So many people always wonder, well, how do I get from Nevis to St. Kitts? Well, it takes all of 6 minutes to get from one island to the other. And in one of our recent videos, we published a video about this, 7 ways to travel between St. Kitts and Nevis, which for some people, wow, there's actually 7 ways to go from one island to the other. And the answer is yes. And you can see that in our video that teach you about destination. But this picture here shows the water taxis that we work with. The typical size of them, they're small, very comfortable, but also very quick. So it takes all of 6 minutes to go from one island to the other. It is extremely seamless. There's no customs and immigration process. But the real reason for this sign, while I'm showing you the water taxi, is also about the fact that with us, there are built-in DMC services. What we sell are travel packages, which we can customize, even though we do have some preset ones, and I'll show you some as we go forward in the presentation. But what we have with these DMC services is, yes, there's round trip airport transfers from one island to the other. You want to go to St. Kitts for something or come to Nevis for something. Listen, we have all that covered. So just know that with us, they are built-in DMC services. That's why I say that your clients are always coming to someone once you're dealing with Nevis Sun Tours. In addition, we have hands down the best accommodation options in St. Kitts and Nevis. When you're working with Nevis Sun Tours, you have access to them. I'm going to go through some of them right now. First, we have the Four Seasons Resort on Nevis. This is a picture, wide view of the hotel property. There's an 18-hole championship golf course, which dominates the entire property. But what's important is that there's over 50 villas in rental pool. So if you have clients who are seeking villa accommodations, but yet still want to be in an area where they have access to the hotel facilities and everything that the Four Seasons Resort have to offer, yes, they have that. But in addition, there's 189 guest rooms and suites at the Four Seasons. They're one of the hotels that we're contracted with as a tour operator. So there's great opportunities if you have clients who are looking for something special and a recognized brand. The other hotel that let me also say, the Four Seasons is a virtuoso property. This other one here, Paradise Beach Resort, this is on Nevis. This is also a virtuoso property. What's interesting about this one, it is not a hotel in the true sense of the word. It is more a villa property. It is extremely private. This is where Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, stayed when he came to Nevis for vacation. It is, you drive into these big gates. It presents as a very private compound. The only aspect that is open is on the beach, and even where it is, even though it's not a private beach, it feels that way. There are 12 villas. They go from two bedroom villas are right on the sand. Any closer, they'll be in the water. They're right on the sand. And in addition, there are 7 other villas, which range from 3 bedrooms to 4 bedrooms. This is a very special place. And this is one of the hotels opportunities you have for your clients to stay in a very special accommodation in St. Kitts and Nevis once you're working with Nevis Sun Tours. In addition, we have Montpellier, Plantation, and Beach. And Montpellier, Plantation, and Beach is just 19 rooms, but because it has 19 rooms, it's one of those places where you go and you do feel very special, because for one fact about it is that The service is very good, but they do something that is great in terms of playing with what is modern and what is historical. So you're looking at this picture and you see there's a mill, an old sugar mill there in the background. That sugar mill is about 300 years old. And what it is, it's actually a restaurant. It's a dining area for one of the restaurants. So you see how they play with the very modern and the historic on this property. It's a very special place to stay, and one of our great partners here on the island of Nevis with Nevis Sun Tours. Then we have the Park Hyatt on St. Kitts. Park Hyatt St. Kitts, the only Park Hyatt in the Caribbean. It is also a five-star property, and it is on St. Kitts. And the great thing about this is that this is an opportunity for clients who again want to stay in a branded hotel. They have the opportunity with the Four Seasons on Nevis. Here is the opportunity that we provide with a branded hotel on St. Kitts, being the Park Hyatt St. Kitts. There's 160 guest rooms. It is, as I said, we still consider it brand new, given that we've lost 2 years with the pandemic. They just opened a couple of years before the pandemic. So it's still a brand new hotel, and one I think that anybody who's staying there will be satisfied with. And as you can see, that's Nevis in the background there. Again, they're right on the end of St. Kitts that is closest to Nevis. So that's a great opportunity. Now I'm going to go on and talk to you about a product. One of the main things that we do is we have a very unique, all-inclusive concept and product that we offer. And when I say very, very unique, is the fact that so many people ask us about all-inclusives. Do you have all-inclusive? Do you have all-inclusives? Well, the answer is no. When it comes to St. Kitts and Nevis, there are no all-inclusive properties. And in fact, if we did have an all-inclusive property, I think personally that it would be a waste of two great islands. So what we've done is we've created all-inclusive stays. And what when I say we've created all-inclusive stays, we have the hotel. So you can choose any of the hotels that I just pointed out. You can choose to stay at any of those, but we'll build an all-inclusive package for you. And the what's special about this all-inclusive package is the fact that you are not confined at all to the hotel. You're not confined to the hotel property because we have agreements with um, restaurants on both St. Kitts and Nevis. So we package a vacation for you. You can eat. It included in the package opportunities for you to eat at various meals at places off the hotel property. Your activities are not at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the hotel pool. It is wherever you want your activities to be. Once we offer an activity on St. Kitts or on Nevis, and you book that, that is included along with the transportation that you need to go to those places. And when I say that you eat at different restaurants, remember you've already paid. It is all inclusive. You show up and you eat and you leave because it's already included. And the reason it's already, the only time you will actually have to pay is if in fact you decided to do something outside of the package, or you wanted something extra on the spot that wasn't included, just like as if you're staying at an all-inclusive property. But for us, that is our version of all-inclusive that really gives a traveler who is interested in all-inclusive an opportunity to roam two islands in the Caribbean. And we also have some unique day trips and tours. So here we go. Just explain to you some of them. First one I have here is the Alexander Hamilton's Island Tour. This is a tour on Nevis. Now, what's special about this tour is that we use historical fiction. When I say we use historical fiction, we present this tour in a way that there is an actual story from start to finish related to Alexander Hamilton. When I say from start to finish, I mean in the true sense of the word, because we take you around the entire island. And as you go around the island, we're visiting only sites that would have been here when Alexander Hamilton was born. And as you would know, if you're into history, Alexander Hamilton was born in 1757. So many of the sites that we're visiting would have been sites that would have been here even before him, many of them from the 1600s. And one of the fascinating things that people realize that, yeah, these places are still standing because they're still in use. And that's interesting for people to see. But when we go through and we're carrying the story throughout the island of Nevis, and you realize that you're actually walking in the footsteps of Alexander Hamilton, you get a new view, a new realization of the richness of the history of the Caribbean, the history of St. Kitts and Nevis, the history of Nevis and parts of Nevis. But in addition to that, there's a certain conflict, if you will. Every story has a great conflict, and there's one that we deal with throughout this entire tour. And I'll tell you, when we started, when travelers began to come back and we presented this tour, we didn't expect it to be as popular as it is. But I can tell you, it is absolutely hands down the most popular tour that we have on our roster at the moment. Then we have the Village Wake Up Walk. This is a walk that takes you through a number of villages in the St. James area of Nevis. And we do it early in the morning. You get to see like these horses walking around, villagers. In other words, you get to see how Caribbean people live in our villages, and it's still quiet, it's still cool. We're walking through these villages, and while I'm speaking about this, let me also tell you one thing that you realize about our tours is that all of our tours that are signature and specific to Nevis Sun Tours, these tours are extremely immersive. So we make sure that people, when they're done, they feel like they saw something interesting, they did something interesting. It wasn't something that just scratched the surface. They feel like they were on vacation. And that is what we do with these tours. So you'll realize that our tours are tours that the majority of them, you will not be able to get them with any other company, because these were developed and designed specifically by Nevis Sun Tours for our clients, knowing and understanding the richness of what we have to offer and how we have to present what we have to offer in St. Kitts and Nevis to our clients. We also have the Village Food Tour. This is a tour that takes you through another village on Nevis, and you're walking through the village. It's a very small village, but the reason we chose this village is because this village is a quintessential Caribbean village. It is the way those of us in the Caribbean grew up. And you're walking through this village. There's a guide that's taking you through. You're eating fruits that's in season. You're talking to villagers as you go by, having some very interesting conversations. You're seeing the farm. You're seeing old village roads that would have connected other villages. But it's a food tour. So you go to a number of two food stops to be specific. One is with the Rastafarians, which is very, very good for especially people who are vegan. The Rastafarians, that's their cuisine, vegan cuisine. They're the original vegans of the Caribbean, if I may put it that way. So you get to interact with the food that they cook and eat daily, and you also get to interact with them. And then there's this one in the picture, the little cherry tree. This is a village shop, but they do barbecue, some interesting local drinks. Great opportunity to go there and interact with them. Again, one of our very unique and immersive tours that we have here. Then we have the Charleston walking tour. This is a tour that takes you through the historic Charleston on Nevis. And as you go through Charleston, you'll realize that we go very in depth and show you some things that you wouldn't otherwise have known. So you're going to the Jewish cemetery, for example, and you're actually seeing and understanding the Jewish culture of the past that was so important to Nevis at the time. And you're also seeing all these great places, great buildings, and seeing not just the architecture, but seeing how we live and work in our history still today. Another very immersive tour. And we have Nevis Island tours, and these are tours. Nevis Island tour is done by a bus, so you're driving around and being able to see Nevis and visiting lots of historic sites. Definitely other historic sites would have been presented in the Alexander Hamilton Island tour. We also have great cycling tours for those who are a little more active and want to be more active. We have day trips and events, and I'll tell you about some of them. So we have, I mentioned earlier, the Nevis in one day, St. Kitts in one day. Both of these are excellent for cruise passengers, and that's who we sell most of these to, people who they may be on St. Kitts on a cruise ship and want a chance to see Nevis. and we get to do that in one day. It includes lunch. Both of these includes lunch at any of the restaurants whom we work with, and they also include other activities, visiting great sites like Brimstone Hill, etc. We have day of adventure, which is really a day filled with adventure. You could do deep sea fishing and hiking all in the same day for people who are that adventurous, and a day for romantics, which is basically great for people who are honeymooning, etc., and the day for island for children and families, things related to families, because people travel with children all the time and probably are wondering, well, where can I go and what can I do? What's going to be there for me to do with the kids? We have that covered in one of our day trips. Now, a few of our festivals, Nevis Manuel Food Festival this year, it's at a great time over the July 4th weekend. So great time to get away. And these events are events that we will have packages built around these events. So you get to come to St. Kitts and Nevis, enjoy a full stay, and at the same time enjoy these events. So we have Nevis Mango Food Festival. We have the Nevis Marathon and Running Festival. This is over the Labor Day weekend in September, early September, first weekend in September. As a matter of fact, the first Saturday of September. So this is, which is I think the 3rd of September this year. So this is another great opportunity for people who are active. We have the Nevis Triathlon. Nevis Triathlon happens the 5th of November this year. Great opportunity again for people who are active or just want to come and do something at an event like volunteer. We'll be glad to have that. If they are into cycling and don't swim, that's no problem. You show up, we'll connect you with a team so that you can still participate in the triathlon. Um, we make these packages so that they are easy to book and sell. So this is an example of the summer package we have, called the Summer Explorer package. This is just an example. This one can be customized in any way. While we have the inclusions, we still have an opportunity to customize these to make it much better to suit whatever your client may desire. And we have an experienced team, which is one of the great reasons to work with us. I'll go from left to right. That's Maureen, my wife. She has been an entrepreneur for wow many years now, just about 20 years. So she's the one who manages our operations. Then we have Suzette Liebert. Suzette is came over with us last year in October. For the past 27 years, Suzette was with the Four Seasons. Her last 15 years there was as reservations manager at the Four Seasons. And for many of you as travel advisors, she is your point of contact. She's the one who's going to make sure that everything is put together, the hotels are booked, all the reservations, etc., that are necessary. She's the one, the key one, who would be assisting you. And then you have Yvette Jackman, and many of you may know Yvette. Both of us were at Nevis Tourism Authority. Yvette was there from the inception of the authority as the sales manager, and she's also with us as the sales manager now with Nevis Sun Tours. And that's me there, if you didn't recognize me, as the CEO. And our 11th reason is this, that you truly get to be part of an ecosystem. Once you're working with Nevis Sun Tours, you're part of an ecosystem, because once you begin working with us, we want you to know that, look, you have 2 islands in the Caribbean that you can sell easily and with as little effort as possible. And because you're now with us and part of the ecosystem, all it takes is a phone call. All it takes is an email, and you're in the system. You're working with us, and we'll make it as easy as possible for you. Thank you very much for listening and participating with me this morning.
Thank you, Greg.
You're welcome, Kelly.
That was so informative. I want to go to the Mango Festival. I want to go to the running festival, but I just want to go watch. I don't want to go run.
We won't disqualify you for walking.
you know. But that was really informative. I was quiet the entire time. We had a couple of questions. They were answered throughout
Mhm.
the no all
Yes.
inclusive, and then you answered that all about the all
Mhm.
inclusive. So Janet, you got your answer about the all inclusive packages. And do we have any questions? Thanks, Brian. Brian is one of your ambassadors, so so nice to see Mr. Brian Majors. I'm your biggest fan,
Yes.
Brian. And if you have a fan club, I'm the president. So, Brian, I
Yes,
was
yes,
watching Brian's photos from the last time he was in Nevis, and I really
yes.
enjoyed it. Um, this
Yeah,
was
we love Brian on Nevis.
no, he's an ambassador. I mean, is it Honorable
Exactly.
Brian Major?
Yes, yes, yes. You have to give him his full title.
Full
You could
title,
call him
Honorable.
Honorable
Oh,
Sir, King Brian, any of those work. Lord Brian, any of those work. So
so,
yes.
Janet is saying we should do a mango festival. I second that. I definitely second that. I saw Denise was on earlier on. I'm not sure if she's still there, but Denise, we need to talk about doing some work with and kids and Nevis. So Brian
Okay.
says thank you. And Norman is on. Norman is on. I know Norman, you have a history. I'm not going to talk about it
Yes,
now.
yes. A good history.
I know you guys have a history on there, but so yeah, really good presentation. So do we have any questions? Oh, Brian, Mr. Ambassador. So Brian, tell us it's Mr. Ambassador.
Mr.
I still
Ambassador.
call you. I still call you Honorable Ambassador, Brian. That's
Uh, uh,
respect in the Caribbean.
His Excellency. That's probably better. His Excellency.
Excellency.
Yes.
So yeah, this was really good, and I learned so much from this presentation. As I said, I was in Nevis. I'm about to say Antigua. I'm going to Antigua. Yeah, I was in Nevis a couple of years ago with Natalie John, and we spent. I think we spent a couple one day. I think twice on both trips. I spent a day over there,
Okay.
and I think I needed to spend more time in Nevis. So we have a question. The Mango Festival. When is? I think it's July 1st to the 4th.
Yeah.
When is the Mango Festival again?
First to the third. July 1st to the 3rd.
July 1st to the 3rd, Norman.
1st to the
So
3rd,
maybe we
yes.
need to work on some type of trip to go to the mango festival. My favorite fruit is mangoes. So yeah, I would do
Yeah.
anything for a mango festival. So and then
Well,
you have packages with hotel and everything for that. So if
yes,
anybody wants
and the package the package that we're about to issue, that package that would incorporate the Mango Festival. It's really a culinary package with opportunities to also go to Mango Festival events. So it will
to
include things like the village food tour, include rum tasting, and also cooking with Ras Irai, one of the
so it's
Rastafarians
like
activists who, yeah,
it's
teach you a thing or two about cooking as a vegan.
okay, so like a foodie tour. So that sounds great.
Yes, yes, yes. So that's the one. That's the one. The next package that we're going to release, um, specifically for the Mango Festival.
Okay. And when would that be? When would you have that available for people?
By next week we should have that one up, and once we get it up, I'll post it in Travel Advisor send in the Caribbean.
So
So
yes, please. So Janet said, please send to her. Okay, so we'll
yes,
post it as soon as it's available. We'll post it in the group.
yes,
So do we have any more questions for Greg? And as if you aren't following his YouTube page, you should subscribe to it because there is always something really interesting with his videos. So if you aren't following, you should go ahead and look for Nevis Sun Tours and start following. So
yes,
Norman is saying, let's discuss Paradise Beach for July 4th weekend stay. Okay, that's Norman is putting
yes.
together.
Okay, excellent, Norman. We'll connect with you immediately to deal with that.
So for those of you who came late, we're talking with Greg Phillip of Nevis Sun Tours. It's a DMC that sells both Nevis and St. Kitts, and it's a complete package with hotel packages. Um, Janet is just asking, do we book directly with you?
For the hotels, yes, we you book everything directly with us. The only thing that we do not do are the flights, but everything else you'll be able to do with us. Yes.
Okay. And Brian is asking, is Nevis included in the recent protocol updates? I would think
Yes,
so.
the protocol updates that you would have heard for St. Kitts, um, it also includes Nevis, and whenever you hear updates of that sort, it will be for St. Kitts and Nevis. So Most recent update is actually from tomorrow. You don't need necessarily to have an RT-PCR test, an antigen test, a rapid antigen test taken up to 24 hours before travel will be accepted for you to come into St. Kitts and Nevis. But yet you still, obviously, for us, still you have to be fully vaccinated.
Okay, hopefully that goes away soon.
Yes,
Fully
yes,
vaccinated.
we're hoping. We're
Hopefully
hoping.
they do away with all of those. Everybody, all of the destinations. Hopefully they do away with all of those
Mm.
restrictions. So another question, Robin. Oh, Robin is talking to Norman. Okay. So I hope
Okay.
Norman sees that. It's been a minute, which this was a live event. I hope all okay. That's for Norman. Yeah, I know that we all looking for live events. Yes, hopefully it's going to come back, but I think virtual will still be there in a way just to catch up everybody who doesn't want to go out or want to just keep updated. So yeah, I love my live events as well, but virtual we are here to educate you, just to keep you updated of what's happening in all of the Caribbean. So for those of who are here, also remember we have now virtual travel fair Caribbean and Mexico June 16th and 17th. If you have not registered, please go and register. It's the travelfair.com. I have to put that in there. So do we have any more questions for Greg? This was a really interesting presentation. It will stay in the task group for you to go and watch on your own your leisure. We also on our Facebook, our YouTube page as well. So let me see what Robin is saying. Okay, she's asking you a question. Can you see that?
Yes, I said. Which property do you recommend them to visit while she is there? Oh, well, any one of them. Remember, for us, both St. Kitts and Nevis are wide open to anyone who is here. So, when you say which property, I assume that they want to come for a stay while they're here. Is that what I'm understanding? She's in school in St. Kitts. Which prop? Well, if that's the case, any one of these properties are available for people to come over to stay on Nevis for a weekend, or um, yeah, doesn't matter which one. So if they love the beach, I'll definitely recommend perhaps the Four Seasons, because that's right on the beach, or if they want Paradise Beach. But on Nevis, you're never far away from the beach, so any one of them would work. No, I did not do the swim this year. I think I'm gonna wait till it dries out a little bit. Water was still a bit too wet for me. Never mind if you didn't get the joke, you'll get it when you're showering.
I didn't get the joke, but apparently there is a joke there, and Greg didn't win this year. But there is a joke
Yeah.
between Brian and Greg. We'll figure it out later on.
No, I didn't do the swim. It
One of the
happens
things
when
you
I'm supposed. It happens when I'm supposed to be in church on a Sunday. That's why. That's why
that's
I've
why.
never
Okay.
done it. Yeah.
So we have a question for you. Not a question, but can you give us your contact information for sales? So
Yes.
when the travel advisors want to sell, so I don't think we got that as yet. So if you could just
Well, you can reach me at Greg at nevissuntours.com. Greg at nevissuntours.com.
that's
And
easy.
my phone number is 869-662-3975. 869-662-3975. Or Greg at nevissuntours.com.
And Greg is also in the task group. So if you have a question specific
Yes,
to him, you could just tag him, and I'm sure he'll be happy to answer.
completely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you so much. I know we have you past our coffee chat time, but if you have no more questions, we will probably close. Do we have any more questions for Greg? Greg, are you on WhatsApp? Janet, every
Yeah.
Caribbean is on WhatsApp, okay?
It was
Pope
built for us.
He's the Pope Catholic. Every Caribbean person is on WhatsApp, okay?
Yes, yes.
So
It
if
was
you
built
know,
for us, and that same number I gave, that same number you can reach me on WhatsApp with that. Yes,
if you know any Caribbean person and they give you the number and you're not sure, just go in WhatsApp, you'll find them there. Everybody's on WhatsApp, you know.
yes, yes,
That's
completely.
how we roll in the islands, you know.
Yes, yes. All right.
Okay, so I think that's about it. Again, thank you so much. And remember, travel fair, the virtual travel fair is June 16th and 17th. If you haven't registered, the travelfair.com. Next week we will be Nicole and I or Dominica. I'm not quite sure yet, but thank you all for taking your time out to learn more about our different Caribbean destinations. There is so much to do. We have so much to offer, and we'll be going to them one after the other. So by the end of the year, you will be so versed on everything Caribbean, and we'll always keep you updated on what's happening. So thank you again, all. Remember, you could go back and watch Greg's presentation in the task group, or also if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you could watch it there as well. So thank you so much, Greg, and I'm so happy this happened today because last week
Yes,
we were having a difficult time.
yes,
Um,
yes.
I'm glad it worked out. And again, you could get Greg, Greg, at nevissantours.com for any more inquiries you have. And the most important thing, Nevis Sun Tours pays commission, and you get commission on the hotel and also the tours. So it makes it really, really important and a
Mhm.
nice way to go. So thanks again, Greg.
Yes. Thank you. Have a good day,
Any
everyone.
last any last words to tell our advisors before we get out of the studio?
Yes, we're looking forward to hearing from you, and that's why we're here to actually help and help to make it easier. And all we want you to do is reach out to us and try us just once, and you'll realize that it is in fact easier to book with us.
Okay. I say let's do the Mango Festival, y'all. Everybody's on board. There. Let's do the Mango Festival and let's go see some kids in Nevis.
Okay.
We know the ambassador for Nevis. We're not calling the ambassador.
Yes.
Honorable
Yes.
Brian will be able to, get us through.
The
So
the,
thanks
the right
again.
the right excellent Brian Major.
Uh, so thanks again. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend and
Yes.
see you. Be safe.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.